everybody. Happy Thursday evening. I hope everybody is doing really good and that you've had a great day. I appreciate you tuning in for the second time. If you guys were with me earlier on Merrymaker's Wreath Summit, we had a great time earlier today, and now you're back again, so you might be sick of me. Hey Sheila, hey guys, hey Kim, hey Timmy. I see lots of friends hopping on. Well, tonight I am doing my collaboration with TMI Gifts. So tonight is more of a teaching night. Some of you may have received your kit. It's the Joy in Your Heart kit. It's super, super sweet. I loved putting this one together. If you kind of like that traditional, classic, country looking kit or wreath, this is going to be for you. But it is going to be teaching tonight, so I'll be really concentrating on that. I want you to ask questions because if I don't see them during the live, I do try to go back, look at comments, and answer questions for you. I want you to be able to ask those questions. Hey Mitzi, hey Sheila, hey friends, I see a lot of you hopping on. I do want to be respectful of your time tonight. I do want to thank TMI Gifts for collaborating with me for sure. I do appreciate that opportunity to be one of their designers. They're amazing. And if you order any supplies, remember to use code Misty, MISTY20 for 20% off, and check out your wreath kit separately because you can double up and they'll do free shipping for you. Okay. So without further ado, let's get started on our Joy in Our Hearts wreath kit. You're going to notice I'm going to be doing a lot of things you normally don't see me doing, and that's because I want to teach you. I do see that Tiff is here. I'm assuming that's Tiff. So she's going to be putting some product information in. If you guys have questions, she's phenomenal. You guys know she'll answer questions for you for sure. But we're going to jump right into this and start making this wreath. And I want to thank you all for being here, okay? So we have 2 bows we're doing on this particular wreath. We're going to have a bow at the top of a grapevine, which I'll show you in a minute when I move my wreath easel over. And we're going to have a bow on the bottom. Now, one of the things about this is when we're building a design like this, typically the bow at the top is going to be a smaller bow, all right? And the bottom bow is what we call an anchor bow. So you're going to notice it's going to be larger. Now I've already made the smaller bow, and look, you can already see, friends, that this right here is going to be that classic, traditional country Christmas. I love it, y'all. It just reminds me of home and sweet traditions that I had with my family. So anyway, this is kind of the look that we're going for tonight. I'm going to tell you that if you are a beginning wreath maker, this is a wonderful wreath to start out on, okay? A wonderful wreath design. If you're kind of intimidated by grapevines or not used to doing them, this is going to be for you, friends, for sure. Now, just because it's simple doesn't mean that it's not still classy, beautiful, and makes a statement piece on your door, so don't forget that. It's just that that skill level is going to be more of a beginner skill level, all right? So doesn't matter where you are on your wreath journey, we're here together, and I'm going to help you tonight. The first thing I wanted to do is mirror this one thing so you guys can see a little bit better. Let's do that. And then, as you know, I'm on both platforms, so you're going to notice that. All right, let's start by making what we call our anchor bow on the bottom. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and show the ribbons that we're using. And Tiff, if you're in here and you want to give the SKUs, that's amazing. We do have this one right here. This ribbon, I wish you guys could just feel through the camera. I know you can't. But this is velvet. It's got a phenomenal wire in it. All right, really good wire. It's satin on the back. Absolutely classic Christmas, wonderful ribbon. This is, okay? This is one of the ribbons we're using. And here's the other one. And there again, I wish you could touch this through the screen. I know that you can't. But it literally has like that fuzzy feeling. Almost like a flannel shirt, for lack of a better term. But we're using this as our second ribbon, all right, and it's a 2.5 This is a 10-yard roll, okay? So that's what we're going to be making our bottom bow with. Now, with bow making, there are all types of bow makers you can use. All types of bow makers you can use. I'm actually tonight using an old school, what's considered old school bow dabra. You could use the easy bow maker, and then friends, you can make your bows by hand. That is totally an option. There is no right or wrong way to make a bow. It's whatever works best for you as a designer, okay? It doesn't matter either way, all right? One's not better than the other. They're both going to be equally beautiful, so you do whatever you want to do. Tonight, I'm doing this on the bow dabra, and what I always like to do, friends, is make sure I'm cutting a straight edge on my ribbon so that when you're starting your bow and you've got those tails, you can see it's straight, all right? So that's how we're going to start out. I do see lots of friends hopping on, so hello. Hello to you. Tonight is more of a teaching live. I know that's a little bit different because normally I chit-chat a lot more, but tonight I kind of want to stick to teaching, so you're going to notice that kind of dynamic in here tonight. But I assure you, I see you and know that you're watching and appreciate the support. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make 12-inch tails with this bow. Actually, you know what? Let's do a little bit longer. Let's do about 13-inch. Let's make 13-inch tails on this bow. Do you guys ever like just forget words? Words are hard sometimes. That's what kind of day it's been. Words are hard sometimes. I'm going to go ahead and cut a straight edge on this ribbon. And there again, these are about 13 inches for our ribbon tails. And we're going to go ahead and make a tail right on top of the other ribbon. All right. And now you remember, I've already showed you the smaller bow that's been made. We're going to do 4 loops total here and 4 loops total in the red. And this is going to measure, when I'm doing it over here on the bow maker, this is going to measure approximately 6 inches for this bow. It's going to be a 6-inch loop for this ribbon. So that's what you're going to see me do. And friends, if you are more advanced, because remember, I'm kind of speaking to those that are beginning wreath makers, but don't forget, if you're more advanced, measure with your heart. Guys, progress over perfection. I'm going to give you that pearl right now and go ahead and tell you progress over perfection. You know, earlier while I'm making this bow, I'm gonna talk to you for a minute. I had the Merry Makers Wreath Summit, which was awesome and a great opportunity, but I beat myself up so bad over that live today. And I like to tell you these things because you see us as seasoned, experienced wreath makers, and you think, oh, they have it all together. You know, they know what they're doing. I got off that live and could have cried. I just felt horrible about it. But it wasn't bad. It actually turned out really good, and I was just being really hard on myself. And so I spent some time giving myself a pep talk, talked to the good Lord, and remembered that He said, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up. And so, friends, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up. So do that. Don't quit showing up, and don't let the hard days win. All right? Don't do that to yourself. And actually, I went back and watched the replay. The wreath turned out really pretty. I'll show you at the end when we're done here. But it turned out really pretty. I used some TMI gift products in that as well. But it turned out great. And guess what? We got through it. And now we're here doing this live, and it's been a good day. So, all right. So I did, so far, I've got 2 loops on this side that measure 6 inches. I've got 2 loops on this side that measure 6 inches. And that is with this beautiful ribbon right here. Okay. The 2.5-inch ribbon. And that is a 10-yard roll. And just like you hear me talk about all the time when we're doing these wreath kits, guys, you're going to have extra stuff left over, all right? And so you can do other bows. You can do lantern swags. You guys know I just did a video tutorial for you on the last kit and showed you how to use your leftover stuff. So you can definitely do that, all right? That's one of the advantages, especially if you're a beginner buying these kits, because you have leftover stuff that you can still work with, okay? All right, now what we're gonna do is we are gonna go in with this ribbon, and it's 1.5. And when I do this type of bow, I'm gonna come in just a little bit from those loops. So these were 6-inch loops, and I'm gonna do 2 loops on each side, but these are gonna be approximately 5.5 inches. And there again, once you get more experience, or if you are more experienced, you don't have to be so precise on measuring. You measure with your heart. But for those of you that have just started out, I know that it's good to have those measurements just so you kind of have what I call a recipe to go off of. Because think about it. You guys ever had a cake that you're baking, right? And if you didn't have that recipe the first time that you made it, chances are it might not turn out so great. But the more that you make that recipe, you can tweak it. You can decide that you want to add more sugar or take sugar away or whatever it is. But you probably wouldn't do that the very first time. It's the same way in wreath making, friends. You do not have to have it all figured out in the beginning. Trust me, you're going to mess up. I've been doing this now, professionally now, for since 2020. It's almost 5 years. And you just heard the story I told you. So you're going to have those days where guess what? You're like, what am I doing? That was terrible. And you're going to mess up. So, but with that being said, I like to give the measurements. And the reason that I do that is for those starting out. Okay? So this bow, just to reiterate, the loops with that 2.5-inch ribbon was 6 inches. And the loops with this beautiful red ribbon is going to be about 5.5 inches. All right. And then here's a little something that I do. I don't know about you guys, but I put push pins in my ribbons to hold that together. So, all right. And this ribbon, once again, absolutely beautiful. It comes in a kit. And tip, I think these ribbons, they can also buy separate. If you don't want the kit and you're just looking for the ribbon, you can definitely do that as well. And Tiff can put the SKUs in for you there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and we are going to cinch up this bow in our bow maker. Pull, pull, pull tight. And then the one thing I'll tell you that makes a difference in your bows, it is a game changer, friends, is to fluff your bows. And also, if you're selling your wreaths and your products, please educate your customers to fluff their bows. They don't know to do that. And it makes all the difference in the world. All right. You know that if you've been designing wreaths for a while. So teach them to do it too. But we're just going to fluff out our loops. And then I'll show you this bow. And this is called our anchor bow because it's going on the bottom. It's a little bit bigger than the one up top. All right. So you're going to see bigger bow for the bottom, smaller bow for the top. That is on purpose, friends. You're going to see when we start putting this together why we did that. And this recipe, this works for any time that you're doing an oval grapevine wreath like this. You can use this recipe and do it. It'll be fantastic. All right. So let's put this to the side and keep going. All right. Great ribbons. Beautiful. Classic Christmas. Go and snatch you some up. All right. So let's put this to the side. If you guys could see this room, you would be like, whoa, girl, do something with it. It's that time of year. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring over my wreath board. And in this kit, you are going to have an 18-inch oval grapevine. All right. I have already given this one a haircut, trimmed it up, and all the things. That's another thing when you're doing wreaths. You kind of want to clean up your grapevines. The ones that I've gotten from TMI Gifts are amazing. Seriously, I'm not just saying that. You don't have to do too much cleaning or trimming. They're in good shape for sure. But here is the grapevine that we'll be working on. Okay. Thank you guys for the comments and for being here. And I do see you guys helping out. I appreciate that a whole lot. All right, let's go ahead and anchor our sign first. Now, what I did do off camera is in the kit, you're going to get this sign. I took off the hanger right here. I just snipped it off. All right. And here's the deal. I want to attach from this side, the middle side of this sign, to anchor it to the grapevine so that it's secure. So I did use my hole punch, and you can see right here, I did put 2 little holes on each side of this sign. Now what I'm going to do is use this to tie into this sign to attach it to my grapevine. All right. Now, here is the thing with that. There's several ways you can attach this. You can use bind wire. You could use chenille stems. You could use floral wire. You're going to talk to some designers and they absolutely can't stand floral wire, or they absolutely can't stand chenille stems, or they don't like bind wire. Do what works for you in your hands, okay? There's no right or wrong. For me, I do like floral wire, and so that's how I'm going to attach this, and there's a few reasons I do. Just like bind wire, floral wire is very thin in appearance, but it's strong, and you can't see the wire as much when you're attaching with floral wire. So that's my personal reason that I choose to attach my signs that way, okay? But it is totally your choice. You get to decide what you want to work with. Floral wire comes on paddles like this. All right, you just get some of it out and cut it off here. And I'm going to do a couple of pieces. Do I have a video to refer them how to fluff? I do. Now I have to be, guys, let me be totally transparent. And Tiff and I have kind of talked about this. I have to be very careful with the words that I say now going live with platforms. Yes, I do. All right. You can go to YOUTUBE. All right. And watch over there. I've got tutorials on how to do those things. Please make sure that you are with me in all the places. Okay, all the places. I have to be mindful with my words. I'm sorry, guys. But just make sure I am everywhere. All right. And also where my picture is on the platform over here, there's information for you to find out how to follow me. And just make sure that you are. All right. But yes, Tiff, I do have that information in all the places. So make sure that you go there. Gosh, it's hard when we have to be so careful with what we say, friends. It's so hard. All right, so I want this sign to be just like this. All right, I'm going to try to show you while this is on my wreath easel. I may have to take it down and do it that way, but I'm going to try my best to show you. I thread through my floral wire on the side here. All right, so it's going to look like this. You see? Just got that going through like that. So yes, and you can read comments, friends. Friends are helping us out because I have to be careful with verbiage, but they're telling you what to check out. And so they can tell you better than me being able to say it. All right. I'm going to go through the sides of the grapevine here, and I'm just putting the floral wire through the grapevine. And there again, I might have to take this down, friends, to do this. Probably so. So let me do that so you can see. I want you to have a good view. I want you to have a good view. All right. So I have threaded that through here. All right. I'm going to come to the center of my grapevine, and I'm going to feed the floral wire right through this grapevine to attach it. Now, if you are just starting out in wreath making, let me tell you a couple of things that are tough when you first start out. One is making bows. All right, it's hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. It's something that takes time and it takes practice, but you will get there. Don't give up. Another thing that can be a little bit of a struggle, but you will get it, is attaching signs in grapevines. All right. It's just one of those things. The more that you do and the more that you practice, the easier that it gets. So I've literally fed the floral wire through my grapevine, and I'm giving it about 4 to 5 twists. So you can see this side is connected, and you can see I just twisted that up on the back. I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other side. All right. Yes, thank you, friends, for the information in the comments. I do appreciate it a whole lot. All right, we are going to go right to the other side. So in saying that, keep practicing your bows and keep practicing how to attach your signs. It does get easier. And sometimes, if you're just struggling really bad, guys, take a step back, regroup, and come back at a later date. I've had to do that before. If I'm just having one of those days where like I'm dropping everything, nothing's working out, I simply step away and come back later. All right, so I literally attached floral wire on both sides of the sign through that little bitty hole that I made. Now I'm just clipping down my floral wire, and I'm going to show you in a minute how that looks on the grapevine. And then I'm just tucking the wire into the grapevine. You can do this too, I promise. If I can do it, you can do it. And also, friends, remember, don't compare your 1 year or your 6 month or your 2 week journey to somebody that's been doing this for years, okay? We can't do that. Everybody's journey and season is different. So we're all at different skill levels, and you got to be careful not to beat yourself up. All right, so now we have our sign attached, all right? It is in there. It is not going anywhere. Now, my humble opinion, cable mounts. I have had people try to use cable mounts, and especially on these types of designs, friends, they just don't hold, all right? I used to do that, and I'm going to tell you, they don't hold. So just be mindful when you're doing this that you probably don't want to use cable mounts on this particular type of wreath, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get our bows attached. There again, gorgeous ribbons. Now, this is our larger bow, which is going to go to the bottom. And then, guys, remember, our smaller bow goes to the top. And so when you're making designs like this is the anchor bow on the bottom, the bigger bow, all right? I'm going to take zip ties and attach these into the grapevine. This is a great way to make a big statement piece on a door, and it looks like it was really complicated and really difficult, and it wasn't. So for me, there again, you could use bind wire, you could use chenille stems. I'm going to come through with my zip tie and go through the top of the grapevine to attach this bow. Whatever works for you, okay? You can do whatever you would like to do. But for me, that's my preference, all right? I'm going to come into the top of the grapevine. We're going to cinch this up. We will work on the tails at the end, but you guys know I always tell you, you would rather have your ribbon tails too long than too short, because we can always cut away ribbon, but we can't add ribbon back, okay? So there's another pearl for you to remember. You can always take away and cut the ribbon back, but if you've made it too short, that's another whole situation. I've done that before too, and you do pivot and you do learn from it, but let's not make tonight the night to do that. All right. Oh, thank you. Good night. I see some people are going to bed. You guys know what's funny is I normally do not go live at night. I just don't. So, all right. Right in here. And there's our top bow. And like I said, we'll work on these loops. Let's just kind of tuck them right there for a moment. And on the bottom, we want this to be a larger bow. So we're going to do the exact same thing that we did to the top. We're going to do it on the bottom. All right. So we're going to come right down here to the center. And I'm going to say it again because I feel like somebody needs to hear it. It does not have to be perfect. All right. We're going to come through here. There again, you could decide if you wanted to use bind wire. You could decide if you wanted to use chenille stems. Totally your call and totally your choice. Good gravy. All right. there we go. We've got our zip tie through there, and we are going to go ahead and attach our bow. Yeah, Grace, I am not surprised. I am not surprised. Thanks for being here, everybody. And thanks to TMI Gifts, like I said. They're some of my favorite people. I just love those ladies so much. And guess what? Their products are amazing. So if you don't know who they are, I don't know where you've been, but you need to know who they are, and you definitely need to shop their products. You can use my code Misty, M-I-S-T-Y, all caps 20 for 20% off your orders. And this beautiful wreath kit too. All right. So we're going to put that right in there. Now, this is the top bow. This is the bottom bow. We're going to go ahead and cut this zip tie here. And look already how precious that is. To me, that is already beautiful. All right. We'll work on the ribbon tails at the end, but we already have a beautiful wreath. And guys, remember, this can work for other designs that are similar. So if you're working with those oval grapevines, you can do these bows in the same manner. The ribbons can be different, right? You can have some beautiful ribbons from TMI Gifts, all different styles, and still use this same recipe to make this wreath. So be creative and use your imagination with this, but this is a great way to do a design, okay? And these work for bigger doors too. If somebody likes a larger wreath, this is a great way to offer that to your customers. Thank you so much. To offer that to your customers and to make a statement piece on their door. The other thing about this particular wreath is if you are doing this for your shop, it's a lower budget item. All right, there's not a whole lot in this. It's beautiful, but there's not a whole lot. So it can be, so everybody can have something beautiful on their door. So think about that too. If you're doing this as a career, this is a great way to have that as a lower price point. Okay, so the greenery that is in this is super simple, but it is one of my favorites from TMI Gifts, and it is the soft cedar pick. Guys, this is beautiful. First off, look at how much you get on one of these bushes. This, you see me use it all the time, so I'm not just saying it. It is truly one of my favorites. It feels real. It makes such a statement piece on Christmas and winter designs, so you definitely want to run, not walk, and get some of this. It's my hope, Tiff, that you have some of this left. If not, guys, you slept on it, but I hope that there's some of this left. It's my favorite. I absolutely love it. I love using this on these types of designs for Christmas all the way through winter. Perfect. So this is our greenery. And you guys know, yeah, Tiff is saying it's definitely a big favorite. And she's got the SKU number there for you as well. Guys, I'm telling you, as someone who loves to mix greeneries and to use greenery in grapevines, and you guys know that's my jam, and I'm not going to tell you stories, this is one you want to have in your inventory, in your supplies. It goes with all types of wreaths. So please, please listen to me and go and get you some of this, all right? Now, if you've watched me any amount of time, I do like to take the picks apart. I'm going to cut these picks, make them smaller pieces, and I'm going to start putting this exactly where I want it to be. So I just seen a question over here. What was the loop size for the top bow? That one started at approximately 5.5 inches, and then I came through with that top ribbon to about 5 inches. This is a smaller bow, whereas this down here, this was a 6-inch loop, and this is a 5.5 inch loop. Great question. All right, and I'll come back. If I've missed comments, I'll come back and answer them for you, okay? Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here. We are doing our collaboration tonight with TMI Gifts. And this is the Joy in Our Hearts wreath kit that we are working on right now. You can snag yours up too, all right? So definitely do that. All right. Thanks for coming in, Cav. All right, so we're going to continue. When I'm doing a wreath, what I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other side. So if you're just starting out with designing, you're going to notice this one right here is super simple, and you're going to see how we start to fill out this grapevine, all right? But what I'm doing to one side, I'm going to do to the other side as well, all right? Going right into the grapevine. And I want you to pay attention. This is the only, and you guys know this is unusual for me, this is the only greenery in here. But it's all we're going to need. You just wait and see how this works out and how we're going to take this one greenery and make something beautiful. I think you're going to be surprised with it. But that's also a reason that I say it's a great wreath to learn on. It's a simple design to keep a lower price point for your shops, okay? So just be aware of that. It is going to be beautiful, Morgan. It is going to be beautiful. Thanks for being here. All right, so once again, just so you're used to this, what I'm doing to one side, I'm doing to the other. And guys, in this wreath kit, you're going to get a lot of this greenery, okay? A lot of this greenery. But you're going to see how it's going to fill out this grapevine. I'm loving it too, Kim. I really do. Thanks, Angela. I think it's beautiful as well. When I put this together, I actually was in Golden, Mississippi at TMI Gifts. I can't believe it. It was already been last month. And I'm ready to go back, by the way. I am ready to go back. So y'all let them know you want to see me back there. But anyway, and I was picking this out. I said, no, this is it. I was with Lori. And I said, this is going to be real simple. And she agreed. We seen the sign, which was our focal point. That's another point that I'll share with you. You definitely need to find your focal point, whether that's a sign, a ribbon, but something that's speaking to your flower, and then you can build your design around it. For Lori and I, when I was picking stuff out, we found this joy sign, and it clicked right away. I knew I wanted to put some buffalo plaid ribbon in it. I knew I wanted this particular greenery in it, and all of that came, the inspiration, from my sign, and we call that our focal point. All right, so let's continue on. And guys, this is so realistic. I'm going to show you this. It's got those little berries in it. How awesome is that? I'm loving it. Okay, short girl time. I got to lower my table down. Y'all already know I'm short. I admit it. And then you can just see I'm building this around. Okay? Now I'm going to bring this up. And we're going to start working a little bit on the bottom too, so that you can see this come together, top and bottom. Now, when we are working on the bottom part of our wreath, see how this is like about here? The bottom part's going to come out a little bit wider. Notice how earlier I said that lower bow is bigger. We call that our anchor bow. Well, guess what? When we build out our greenery on the bottom, we're going to let this stick out just a little bit further. All right, so be aware of that. When you are making a wreath like this, that bottom part is going to be larger, okay? All right. Yes, my table does move. Christy, I am barely 5'3", and so I have a table that moves up and down. That was gifted to me by my husband, and it has been a game changer for me in my shop. I'm going to be completely honest with you. So I'm going to have this one. I'm still continuing to cut those picks up. It is going to stick out further, all right? So I'm going to have this come out further in the grapevine. You see that? This is a little bit shorter. This one is sticking out a little bit further. That is intentional. So when you are working with your wreath kit, be mindful of that, and you're going to want to do that too, all right? I will, Kim. I'll have to do that. I'll definitely have to ask my hubby about my adjustable table. It's always a hit. People see it and they're like, what? I want that. And it has. I'm going to be honest. It has been a game changer for me. And you guys know I do this full time. This is my career. So I'm standing up a lot doing designs, and my back gets tired, and this has been a big game changer for me to have my table move up and down to where I need it to be. Now, friends, there's other ways around that in wreath making. If you need something adjusted, this is an investment in something you're not ready to do, or maybe you're not sure you're going to do this yet and you don't want to invest in it. Risers, you can put like the bed risers underneath your table and stuff like that. So there's ways around it to help you without having to invest in that. But if this is something that you definitely want to do all the time, or you're doing this full time, take care of yourself, guys. Good shoes and a table that raises up and down is a game changer. Look at the flow on that. Can you guys see that and the color? Guys, get this pick. Even if you decide that you don't want the kit, get the pick, all right? Tiff, tell them, get the pick. It's a good one. You're going to want it. I'm literally going around, same thing. What I'm doing to one side, I'm going to do to the other. I love the soft cedars too. I really do. Yep, the bed risers can be used. You're absolutely right. You can definitely use that, Angela. Yes, Morgan, the pick is beautiful. It is gorgeous. I actually used some TMI products in my other wreath that I'll remind me, guys, and I'll show you that when we're finished here. All right, so you guys see this coming together. Now look, this one is attached, but not really good. When in doubt, rip it out. I want to get this attached a little bit better in there because I've seen it struggling to be attached to my grapevine. And that is the trick with grapevines, guys. You're going to want to make sure that you really have that connected into your grapevine. You put glue on the end of your pick. You don't need a bunch, a dab will do ya, but enough, and make contact with that grapevine. Not all grapevines are created equal. All right, they're different. Some of them have more holes and more spacing in them. So just make sure you're really making contact with that pick so that it sticks in there and it's not going to come out on your customers. We don't want that happening. All right. Okay, let's go in and add another one down here. Now you guys see that I have not even used 2 picks yet and how full this is already starting to look. First time watching from Tennessee, well, welcome in and thank you so much for being here. This is my collaboration with TMI Gifts. I do have a code with them. It is Misty, MISTY20 for 20% off your orders. If you don't know who TMI Gifts is, I highly recommend that you go and check them out. They also do live sales, guys. And they have an app for both Apple and Android that you can download. That is how I shop. And so I recommend that you do that. All right. Hey, friends that are just hopping in. I hope that everybody is having a great Thursday night. Woo-wee. We have almost made it to Friday, guys. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to be done with this week. It's just been one of them weeks. So, all right. Do you notice I am filling in under the bow? All right, another teachable moment. Here's another pearl. Guys, if your ribbon tells move, okay, if they move out of the way or wind or whatever happens, and you don't have stuff under here, it does not look good on your customer's door. So I always encourage you to make sure that you think about that and you fill in underneath your tails on your bow. And you're going to see me do that on this, okay? We're continuing to fill in with this soft cedar pick. Tiff, you probably feel like you have the night off because there's not a whole lot of materials in here. But we are definitely making a statement piece with what we are using, friends. So first time watching from Texas, thank you guys so much. If you are new to me, I'm going to go ahead. Bear with me if you know who I am. My name is Misty. I'm the owner and designer of Little Luxuries. And I was in dentistry for 22 years. But I traded in my floss for florals in November of 2022. And I surrendered all that up. Became a full-time wreath maker as my career. And I've never looked back. It was the best decision I ever made. So if I can do it, you can do it. Hey, Mercedes. How are you, girl? So we're just going to continue to go around and fill in with this greenery. You guys get the gist of this wreath? I told you. Don't let grapevines intimidate you. You can do them, friends. You can do them. All right. We're going to keep on going and building this up. We're going to go to the top here now. All right, here's the question, guys. I want to know, how many of you are ready to decorate for Christmas? How many of you are already ready to decorate for Christmas? While I'm filling in with this greenery, I want to hear from you and know I'm ready, and I am going to be decorating here soon, actually, because I put up multiple trees in my home. I see friends with hands up, Yashira. I know. Girl, I'm surprised you don't have that tree up. Timmy says not me. Maria says not me. Kaylin, not me. Uh-oh. A lot of you guys aren't ready yet. I respect that too. I have a loved one who doesn't put up their Christmas tree until the day after Thanksgiving, and one that puts it up, it's a tradition. They do it Thanksgiving night. Y'all, I got to get my trees up. I got to get going and get busy, because if I don't have no tree up in my house. And you guys know I'm going to have a tree now. I'm going to have several trees. So I got to get busy. But I see you guys in the comments. Oh, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? And then what's your theme? Are you guys liking blacks, golds? I'm going to do something this year. I said it earlier today, but I mean it. I'm going to do something this year with the color black. I'm going to do it. I'm telling you. I think it's going to be on my front door wreaths. I have a double door entrance, and I really do believe that I'm going to incorporate black. And I was inspired when I was at TMI Gifts. They had a decorated tree in there that was black and gold. Woo-wee. It was speaking to my heart. I took several pictures of that tree in total transparency. I loved it so much. So, I'm just saying. It's probably going to happen for sure. Okay. You host Thanksgiving every year, so your tree is always up by then. Yeah. I've left my tree up until just before Easter once. You know what? I have a friend. I'm not going to call her out. She could be in the live. She might as well just leave her tree up too. She might as well just leave her tree up. I pick on her in a loving way, guys. We're friends. I'm like, girl, you might as well just leave your tree up instead of taking it down. All right. We're going to keep on filling in the greenery. Some people know who it is. I see the name in the chat. I see the name in the chat. Does anybody have any questions about what I'm doing or anything about this wreath kit? Or do you have any questions? We have Tiff in here from TMI Gifts. Do you have any questions about any of the products that maybe she can answer for you? Now is the time to ask. All right, go ahead and ask, and she'll be happy to answer them. You have to wait to see that. Yeah, I get that, Cassie. Well, hello, Justin. Good to see you again. Tonight, I'm doing my collaboration with TMI Gifts. So we're making this cute Christmas grapevine. All right, guys. Ooh, I just love this. I really do. I have a really sweet Christmas memory. My mother and I, that's one of my favorite things I like to remember about my mom. She passed away in 2014, but she loved Christmas. And one of the things that we loved to do, and she loved to do, was decorate the Christmas tree together, y'all. And so anytime I'm working on stuff like this was kind of like her style, her theme. She liked kind of the classic country Christmas. And so while I'm making this, it reminds me of my sweet mama. What are some of your traditions or some of the things that you like to do at Christmas? We also like to bake cookies. I'm not saying I need a cookie, but we do like to decorate Christmas cookies, make Christmas cookies, and all the things. Do you guys have Christmas traditions that you like to do at your house? Or, better yet, one that you remember from growing up that you did? We also read Christmas books. I like to read. My mom would read to us. Tamales on Christmas Eve. Woohoo! You're loving this, Tiff. I'm glad. I'm glad you are. It's super pretty. And like I said, guys, if you're a beginning wreath maker, scoop this up. These supplies from TMI Gifts and make you one of these. This is a great wreath to start out with, okay? Don't let Grapevine stop ya. All right, so I'm gonna lower my table down. We're probably not done with the bottom, but we're gonna start working on the top a little bit more too. All right. We take Christmas, we go look at Christmas lights 5 days before Christmas, the whole family. Oh, Christy, I love that. I like to go and look at Christmas lights. We have a couple of houses here, and they have that system that like the music goes with the lights. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, but we have a couple of homes right here at us that does that, and they do it up big. And I absolutely love to go and look at the Christmas lights. So I feel that. Beautiful so far. Thank you so much, Maria. Timmy, I remember everyone wants to be at my aunt's home after dinner and presents, and we played. You played what? I can't see. Y'all know I'm blind. You played something. I'm not sure. Ukulele. Words are hard sometimes, friend. Words are hard. That's a sweet memory. I love that. I really do. All right. You guys seeing how this is building out? It's pretty, isn't it? I told you guys that you could use this one greenery and that we would really make a statement piece with it. Y'all want to see something? We still got all this. Do y'all see that? I know you probably thought, what? I'm loving this piece too, Yashira. All right, Christy says, Christmas Eve after church, everybody goes to my parents. I love that. We used to do Christmas Eve with my parents, Christmas Day with my husband's family. Things have changed, life changes, right? But we carry on the tradition. So now my sister and her family host Thanksgiving. We host Christmas at our house. That's another reason I got to get these Christmas trees and all this stuff up, y'all. Because I host my family and I got to have the house looking good, right? All right, so I'm tearing this pick apart over to the side. Now, here's something else that I do, friends. I like to step back from a design because you can see, I already see something down here where I want to add a piece of greenery. Now, if you are not live, all right, because you can kind of look on the video and see where you need to add pieces, but here's another pearl for you. You can always put your wreath on the door, snap a picture, okay? And that's going to show you where you need to add things, where there's holes and things like that. But if you'll step back, you can start to see where you want to add things, okay? There's another tip for you. Not sure what you're going to do for Christmas, Thanksgiving, hosting a big dinner. You sure what time do we eat? Can you guys believe that we are already in October? All right, if you are just tuning in, because you know, on some of the platforms, we have friends that jump in and out. I am doing a collaboration tonight with TMI Gifts. We are making the Joy in Your Heart wreath kit. And so this is a kit that's available, guys. And it is a lower price point on the kit. So go and get it, y'all. Use my code MISTY20, MISTY20, to get 20% off, okay? We'll work with those ribbon tails. I hadn't forgot. Go ahead and snatch up your kit and make this, guys. Thanks, Morgan. I appreciate ya. You're making me want to... I'm going to tell you what, Miss Kim... she is one of my biggest supporters. She does. Bless her. She's bought so many of my kits. I love you for it. And those of you that have gotten this kit, I so appreciate it. And those of you that are thinking about it, go into it. You see, it's going to be pretty and you can make it. You have two at the table. Yes, they're amazing, Janet. They are so amazing, aren't they? Hey, Nana. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, don't sleep on this kit. Y'all are going to be sad if you don't get it. Then you're going to say, do they still have it? And I'm going to say, nope, sold out. So go and get it. It is pretty, Kim. Put your own spin on it. Now, that's something that I'm going to tell. Miss Kim has gotten several of the designer's kits, okay? She has. Something I love about Kim. I'm going to brag on her for a minute. She puts her own spin on these designs. So here's the beauty of that. Here, this is just my idea, right? This is my vision for this kit. Guys, you can change it up and do what you want to. You're the designer. And you can put your berries in different places, put your sign in different places, put your greenery in different places. It's up to you how you want to make this kit. That's the beauty of it, all right? And the other beauty of a kit is if you're new to wreath making, everything is picked out for you. You just have to put it together, right? So, great point, Kim. Great point. Yashira say, yes, your life changed. Let's see, what's it say? How to mirror your phone on your TV. Yay! TT on the TV. Oh, man. You guys know what that means? If somebody's watching me on the TV, that's a whole new meaning. That means I made the big screen. Totally kidding. Have you guys ever done that, though? Watch somebody from your TV? I have. It's kind of funny. I'll have up, you know, the YT place, and I'll have it pulled up on the TV. I'm like, they're on TV. They're famous now. It is easier to watch tutorials and be able to see, so. Big time. I'm big time, Donna. Oh, mercy. All right. Now, guys, if you haven't already, I did keep my promise. And I did go in on that last kit with the Deck the Bells, which, by the way, that is sold out. But I went back in and showed you how to make a bow for a lantern. Okay? So that's one of the things that I like to do is I like to go in and I like to be able to show you the things you can do with extra supplies with the things from the kit. So if you haven't watched that, go and watch that. It's in the YT place. You know, I got to be careful with my words, but... Well, hello, is someone else here from TMI Gifts? My friends from TMI Gifts. I know Tiff was on here. Yeah, Nana, superstar. Not really, y'all. But that is pretty funny. Okay, is this not looking beautiful? I love it. And here's one thing that I love about this too, is look how natural it looks. Seriously, guys, I'm not just saying it, but if you didn't know, you would think this is real, like one of the real pine wreaths, cedar wreaths that you get close to Christmas. It really looks like that with this Real Touch cedar, so I'm just saying, you should go to TMI Gifts and you should get some of this. You're going to wish that you did. Oh gosh. Y'all, did y'all see that? It's been a long day. I slapped that right into the trash can. Good googly gookers. It's been a long day, y'all. Okay. Put this here. Let me step back for a minute. We got some red berries we're going to put in here. I got to do one more piece up there at the top. 4 bundles. Woohoo, Nana. It is one of my favorite greeneries too. Seriously, it really is. Y'all, I don't have to say that. I'm being honest with you. I love this greenery. I'm using it a lot in my designs. So head on over and get you some. Okay. Perfect. I got blue strings in my hair and everywhere else. Okay. Now we're going to kind of put this to the side. And I may add a few more pieces here or there because I've got some left. I may add some more to the bottom. But let's go ahead. The other thing that comes in the kit are these red berries. Guys, not all red berries are created equal. Hear me on that. These are great berries. They are great. So I'm literally going to, thank you, I'm going to break these apart and put them into the grapevine, and it just adds that pop of red, okay, and that classic Christmas. These berries are all about giving that classic Christmas look, all right? Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to start separating up my berries. Now, you are going to see me use something called a Steel Picks machine. You may not have a Steel Picks machine. That is okay. That is totally fine if you don't. You can certainly use a wooden pick You can get a bunch of those anywhere that you want to SHOP. Have to be so careful. But I'm going to use a Still Pix machine and just add a Still Pick to this to put into my grapevine. So by doing that, here's what a Still Pix machine does. It adds the length that I need to be able to put the berries into the grapevine. And that's what I'm doing right now. Now here's the thing. Still Pix are extremely sharp, friends. So when you're working with them, you've got to be careful because you can definitely hurt your hand. All right. Wait, what? Yeah, it's called a Still Pix machine. And it will allow you to add length to your stems so that you can make them longer and they can go into your grapevine. I'll show you again in a minute. You guys see that? It's pretty, isn't it? How many of you have Still Pix machines? In the comments, let me know if you have a Still Pix machine. All right, I am taking off some of the berries on the bottom so I can work with this stem. All right, so here's a prime example of why Still Pix machine works. This is a shorter stem, all right? And I want to make it longer so that it can go into my grapevine and attach better. So I am going to go ahead. Yes, your Still Pix machine needs some work, but it needs the right kind of oil. Okay, you got oil your Still Pix machine. So you can use, Janet, you can totally use the wooden picks. You can do that. You can totally do that. You don't have to have a Still Pix machine. This was an investment for me that I got later. But I just pull the handle back. I'm going to add this on and I'll show it to you. Now, do you see that short stem now is longer? All right. Yeah, you can definitely, hey Mary, you can definitely find them in a lot of places. So be mindful because it's an investment. But there are some folks that will have them in other places that you can find them and get them. Oh, your mother-in-law gifted it to you. I love that. What a great gift. What a great gift. But guys, don't sweat it. You don't have to have a Still Pix machine. All right, you can use wooden picks and all the things. You don't have to have it. That's what I was saying earlier today to someone. I was like, you don't have to have all of the things starting out to make a wreath. So don't sweat it if you don't have it. And if it's a goal, save up for it. Make yourself some goals and say, you know what? If I sell this many wreaths, that's how I'm going to reward myself. So it's also a great way to set a goal and to have something in mind for when you do want to invest in one. All right. Literally going through and adding in these red berry picks, guys. Pretty amazing. These are not your average red berry picks. They're very nice. I'm just taking the ends of the berries off to have a little bit of a stem to attach my Still Pick to. Are you guys liking this wreath? Are you liking this? Didn't this turn out just adorable, guys? Really and truly. You love my shirt? Thank you. One of my friends, Miss Debbie, one of my pearls from my Pearl Circle, she did this shirt. And y'all know I'm a sucker for a good Christmas shirt. So, I had to have it. Look how beautiful this is looking. This right here is definitely traditional Christmas or country Christmas, isn't it? I'm liking it, guys. You're not compromising with Santa. Kim says, Still Pick machine or else. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's great. All right, guys. We're just going in, filling in with these red berries. And look, guys, we have been on here for 30 minutes. We're almost done with this wreath. We got just a few things to do. So this is also one that if you have a shop and you're looking for something to quickly turn around, to have maybe a multiple or something like that, you know what I'm speaking of. I got to be careful with my words. This kind of wreath, you can definitely do that with. All right. I'm just going in, adding in my still picks. You've had mine longer than I've done wreaths. Hubby bought it for me. Aw, sweet. What a sweet tribute to your loved one too. But you know what? They're great for centerpieces. They really are. I definitely like to use my still picks machine, especially when I'm doing a centerpiece. All right, going right into the grain of the grapevine. Make sure you get a good connection on there. Now here is something I'm going to tell you when you're using a still picks machine. You are going to have to be careful. All right, you don't want your still pick to go all the way through the back of the grapevine. All right, because you don't want it to scratch your customer's door or injure their hand. So be aware of that. All right, friends. Any questions about any of the supplies? I can tell you that also TMI Gifts got a lot of things back in stock. All right. And if you aren't signed up to receive their information, they will let you know if you sign up when they have things back in stock. So they recently just got, I can't say the word, like a something. Uh-oh, we have a puzzle piece. I got it on the first try. Some stuff back in place. Help me, Tiff, what is it? Or Lori, what is the, you know, the popular stuff? It starts with the L that you guys just got back in stock that everybody was loving. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, they have it back in stock. And I got notification of, yes, like a podium. Thank you so much. That's exactly right, Morgan. But they have that back in stock. So you can definitely stock back up on that. And it's in lots of colors. So go ahead and get it, y'all. Because then it's going to go back out of stock again. And you're going to wish that you had it, right? Hey, Mary Ellen, how are you? All right, guys. We're going to go in now. I'm going to raise my table up. And we are going to start adding some berries to the bottom. And then we're going to get these bows together, trim up these tails, and we're going to have a beautiful wreath. That's what we're going to have. How many of you would like for me, tell me in the comments, to show you how to do some stuff with the extra ribbon and stuff like I did before? If you want me to do that, let me know in the comments that you did like that. Aw, Kim says she's going to have to order this kit. She absolutely loves it. Well, friend, if you decide to, no matter what you do with it, it will be gorgeous. I do know that. And as always, thank you guys so much for supporting my friends at TMI Gifts. And in return, thank you so much for supporting a designer like me and the other designers that collaborate with TMI Gifts. We really do appreciate it. We put a lot of effort and love into putting these kits together for you. So the fact that you like them and you purchase them, thank you so much. That means a lot. It gives us joy in our hearts. That was cool, wasn't it? Okay, it might have been corny, but you get it. We really do appreciate your support, guys. It means a lot to us. And with TMI Gifts, I will tell you this, guys. They are a family-owned business. So when you shop with them, you are supporting a family-owned business. I have been there firsthand and can tell you they're great folks. They work hard. So show them some love. Also, when they ask for feedback on products that you want to see and all of the things, give them your honest feedback in what you would like to see them carry, guys, okay? They do that for a reason. They want to make sure that you as the customer are happy. So give them that feedback. They really do want it, and they really do listen. That's one of the things, one of the many things that I love about them is that they listen to you. what we ask them to get, what we ask them to carry when they go to market and they're searching for products. They listen to what we're telling them. There again, I'm just taking some of the red berries off the end so that I can attach my steel pick. That's what you're seeing me doing. Oh gosh, don't say it. You'll ruin my cover if you say I'm sweet. You guys are a joy to work with, and I appreciate the opportunity to be one of your designers and to collaborate with you. So the feeling is mutual. I love the ladies at TMI Gifts. And one of the best decisions I ever made was going to Golden, Mississippi and deciding to be a part of such an amazing group of ladies. So thank you so much. All right. Let's go right into this. So we had our Hallmark moment. And speaking of, I want to know something. While I'm continuing to go in and put in these red berries, I want to know, what is your favorite Christmas movie? One kit down. Woohoo! Kim, did you get this kit? Miss Kim, did you buy this kit? You did, didn't you? Thank you for your support. I appreciate it so very much. I really, really do. All right. And I think we had a couple more people already get this kit. They had already purchased it. So guys, don't sleep on it. If this is something you're interested in, go ahead and get your kit before it sells out. All right. All right, back to Christmas movie. Please tell me, I want to hear from you. What is the Christmas movie, if you watch them, that you have to see every year? For me, judge me if you want to, it is the corny National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's right. I know almost every line to that movie. Sorry, not sorry. And we watch it every year. So, what is your movie that you like to watch? Wonderful Life. Yes, Christmas Vacation. Family Stone. I've seen that one too. Girl, me too. Morgan, look at us. Look at us. I'm telling you, it's a good one. National Lampoon. See, you guys, look. Your husband loves that movie, Maria. Cousin Eddie. That just makes me think of a line that's not appropriate for me to say here on this live, but if you know, you know. Golly, I love that movie. Is it not hilarious? I think it is absolutely hilarious. But it's kind of like that corny humor. Y'all know what I mean? Real corny. Oh, the dog snot. Santa and Pete, the Christmas Story. Timmy, have I seen that one? I wonder. Now, sometimes I'm not good with movie titles either. Have I seen that? Is that like a Christmas classic? Am I missing something? And then another Christmas movie that I like, other than National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, is Home Alone. Home Alone. That is another classic one that I like to watch. Can y'all tell words are hard right now? Words are hard right now, friends. I'm trying. I'm fading fast. And over to the side, I do have my Steel Picks machine. If you're just tuning in, that's what you're seeing me do. I'm using my Steel Picks machine. The Christmas Story. Yeah, I like that too. I haven't seen that one in a while. All right, y'all. We're getting there. Grapevine's beat me up. Okay. We're going to do another set of berries over here. Oh gosh, somebody put in there, and I can't say the word, but D-I-E, hard. Y'all, that's not a Christmas movie. And my husband argues that it is. It's not. It's not a Christmas movie. How many of y'all think that movie is really a Christmas movie? I know we've been through this before on my lives, but let's just clear it up, friends. That's not a Christmas movie, y'all. Come on now. Who's with me? I know. Jesse says too. He always tells me. He says, it's a Christmas movie. I'm telling you, it is. Whatever. He likes to watch that every year too. And that's not one of my favorite ones. But he's all about it. So, just saying. Good grief, y'all. I'm trying so hard with these berries. Don't let me down, berries. They're not. It's user error, I promise. It is user error. I want a bigger piece. I'm on a mission, guys. I want a bigger piece of berry. Yeah, I think I got it. Star Spangled Banner. I do remember that scene. That's awesome. Bless her. And then she serves them cat food. You guys remember that? She puts a cat in the box. Boy, that cat had a rough time in that movie. We'll just leave it at that. But holy camole. Alright. We're going to the side over here with this berry. Woo! Success. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay. Let's lower this down and let's work on these tails a little bit. And I'm going to show you some of the stuff we have left over and some ideas you can do with it. Oh, I love this wreath. I really do love it. As a recap, thank you so much. As a recap, TMI Gifts. Go to TMI Gifts. 20% off with the code MISTY20, MISTY20. Get you 20% off your orders. If you're ordering this kit or another one of my kits under the collaboration code, check out separately because they're going to give you FREE shipping. All right, so hey guys that are just popping in. So go ahead and do that. If you're just doing their beautiful supplies, let's say you just want, maybe you don't want the whole kit and you just want like a soft cedar pick, you want some of these, get some of these. I'm telling you now. If you decide you just want to order this, then you can still use the code. But just remember, supplies check out separate than your kits, okay? But this, I'm telling y'all, I keep saying it. Y'all need to listen to me. You need to listen to me on this. Okay, I am now going to go in. I'm going to show you a trick with the ribbon tails that I like to do. And then I'm going to put this up close to the camera so that you can see it. I do want one more little piece of cedar, I think. Maybe I just need to fluff it. I think I just need to fluff it. There we go. I just needed to give it some life right there. But I'm going to cut down these ribbon tails just a little bit. And then I'm going to show you what I do with my ribbon tails just to hold them in place where I want them. So it's going to be another pearl for you. But do you see how these tails are a little too long? They really are. But I'd rather have them too long and be able to cut them short than to have them short. All right, and not be able to have them long enough. So I'm going to cut just some of this off. Just like this. All right, now watch. We can fluff this out once we shorten those tails. But here's the beauty of that, guys. You can now read this sign. Do you see that? I need to glue this better. I need to glue this better. Give me just a second. I am not pleased with this. So let me do a better job with this particular one. When in doubt, rip it out. But I got to fix that, y'all. I can't leave that like that. Hold on. Okay. Kim, I can't wait to see what you do with your kit. I cannot wait to see how you design with this. All right. Right there. That's better. There we go. Okay. Now, I've cut this short. I'm going to come down to the bottom one. And I'm going to cut these ribbons shorter too. Now, I want these to be a little bit longer because remember, friends, that this is an anchor bow. So I want this to be a little bit longer. but not quite that long. So I'm just cutting a little bit off of this. Okay. There we go. Now, something I want to show you that I do to my bows on my tails that you can do too when you're making your bows. I like to fold the bottom just like this. All right. Fold the bottom just like this. This will keep the ribbon edge looking nice and straight. All right. And if you want to put a dab of glue on there, you certainly can to hold that in place. But I do like to fold them just like that. Perfect. All right, guys. We have officially brought our Joy in Your Hearts wreath kit to life. We have done it. This is a gorgeous wreath. Look at that. Did that not turn out beautiful, guys? Beautiful. I love it. It's simple. It's classic. It's traditional. It has that look of just like a real greenery wreath, right? Just like you would buy like a pine greenery wreath or a cedar greenery wreath close to Christmas. And because it has that real touch cedar in it, it's amazing. It really is. So, in closing, and then I'm going to show you my design I made today with, because some of the products in there are TMI Gifts too. Use code Misty, MISTY20, 20% off your orders at TMI Gifts. That code never expires, so you can use it, but you can also use it on this kit. Now that you've seen it, if you decide that you love it, like I do, then you can go and get it. Let me show you this other wreath that I made today with some products from TMI. This was my Merry Makers, the Merry Makers Holiday Summit. This was my design in there today. These are some of the products, some of these greeneries that I've used in here. Those are TMI Gifts greenery. All right, those are their products in that design. So guys, when I tell you that I use their supplies a lot, I really do. So make sure that you go and show them some love for sure. I'm going to be doing a design soon. I've been saying it, but I really am. With the large Christmas light bulbs that I got from there. Miss Lori inspired me to make that. I'm going to be doing that soon. So stay tuned on that as well. With the, here's some of their ribbon, but some of the Christmas light ribbons, you know, these are huge right now. I'll be making a design with that soon. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. TMI Gifts, you are amazing. You know you have my heart, and I love you. I love working with your products. I thank you for the opportunity to do so. Thank you guys for being here with me tonight. This will be on my YT channel downloaded. So if you do get the kit and you want to go back and watch this step by step, you can do so. We did have some additional greenery left over, just a few pieces, not much. And we had some ribbon. What did I do with my ribbon? Good googly gookers. Y'all, just forgive me tonight, but we do have ribbon left over from where we made our bows. That's left over in the kit as well. Who knows at this point? Oh, here it is. Golly. We do have this left over. So you could certainly do lantern swag with this, lantern bow. So you definitely have some of that. Not too much left over this time, but a little bit of supplies. And guys, I always encourage you to make some bows with this leftover ribbon. All right, if you have a shop, you can put this in there, sell your bows. You can make this for your lamp post. You can make this for your lantern, just a simple bow, whatever. Use your leftover products, okay? All right, guys. Taking up enough of your time tonight. Once again, take a look at this beauty. It is so pretty. All of these gifts are from TMIGifts.com. And use code MISTY20, MISTY20 for all of your orders there. I cannot wait till next month. We have another wreath kit. It's already on the website there, so check it out in an app under the collaborations tab. That one has black and silver, y'all. It's really pretty. So check that out. And as always, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your support and for being here with me tonight. Book of Faces, I'm telling you goodbye. All right, guys. TikTok, you're awesome. I appreciate you being here with me. TMI Gifts, thanks so much. Ladies, for being on here and for the support tonight. And I'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care, guys.